This is The Wheel Weaves, a Wheel of Time podcast with no spoilers. Hey everyone, I'm your host Dani, and I'm the first-time reader going through this series chapter by chapter. As always, there's no spoilers past the chapter we're covering, and that means it's totally safe for first-time readers. I'm joined by my co-host Brett, who's a longtime fan, and he's guiding me on this journey. We'd like to thank and acknowledge our executive producers, Brandy and Kirkwood, Yanis, LightBlindedFool, Green Man, Deyvis, Ferreira, Margaret, Big C, Bennett, Williamson, Hannah Green, Noralia, Geof, Searles, Erik Reed, Greysin, Ishara, Ashlee Bradley, Laura Lewis, and Helena Jacobsen. Before we get into things today, we just want to shout out TK Focht and Geof Verby for renewing their annual pledges at patreon.com/thewheelweavespodcast. Thank you so much for your continued support. We also want to thank and shout out Bratimus Prime, who's our newest producer-level patron. So Bratimus Prime joins the ranks of Passion Socks, Cody Feltz, Benjamin, Jamie Young, Megan, Jared Berg, Ricky Morissette, Lance Barden, Adam, Mozyme, Michelle Forbes, MKM, Antoine Benoit, Lawrence Bradley, Colby T, Gabby Young, Rycat, Zane Sayaka, Matrix, Matt Truss, and the Albatross. Thank you so much for your support. We really, truly appreciate it. In this episode, we're talking about Chapter 18 of Towers of Midnight.
Yep, Chapter 18 is the strength of this place.
Oh, gosh.
Yeah, we got a lot of stuff happening.
This place, oh my gosh, it's so strong.
Well, no, it's only as strong as you are. That's the point, right?
Oh.
The strength of this place is the strength of you.
I honestly don't really get it. But
Like,
that's
tell
okay.
All right, we're
I've never gotten it.
tell her Anrad?
No, just all of it.
Okay, you know.
The whole, what series is this?
Right,
Yeah.
right.
What are
Okay.
you reading?
I have a great fun fact that goes in line with this chapter very well.
Okay.
And I'm sure you know that in the battle with Ituralda, there's a pretty big surprise attack from the Trebuchets.
Okay.
Right? Okay.
Okay.
So the fun fact...
I actually wanted you to say that word out loud.
Oh, that's part of my fun fact. Don't worry, because I know it might get... There is some
Did you
controversy.
listen to it?
What?
Did you listen to the audiobook?
So there's an American pronunciation.
Out of everything that happened in this chapter, the thing
Sure.
that made me the most angry was the pronunciation of the word trebuchet.
Did it say trebuchet?
Yeah, trebuchet. And
That is an acceptable pronunciation.
I almost needed to go and count how many times the word appears
Yeah.
within like 3 pages.
Yeah, okay.
Because the first time Michael Kramer says trebuchet, I said trebuchet out loud in my
Yeah.
car by myself.
Okay.
And then we like moved on.
Yeah.
But then very, very soon after,
Said it again. Yeah.
again and again.
Okay.
And again. And I kept on, and then it got to a point where I was yelling, trebuchet, shay.
Okay. So, first part of the fun fact, I'm gonna calm
Is it
down.
because we're French?
It's
Is it
because
we're
so
Frenchy Canadians?
trebuchet is a French word. It's French origins.
Yes.
So if you say it with the French way, it's trebuchet. Like
Yeah, that's pretty
basically
good.
like that.
That's better than any other accent you've ever done on this podcast. No, that's
the count.
the
no.
count. What are you doing? You want ho 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 ho. Yeah, that's better. Yeah.
There you
En
go.
français.
Right. Okay. And trebuchet is an acceptable, like,
Not in
American.
my-
I know.
Not in my car. It's not.
I swear that this word has come up at least once before in our podcast because I remember someone saying trebuchet.
And I was like, the fuck's that?
Yeah, I don't remember when.
Do you mean trebuchet?
You're right. Okay. So the fun fact is trebuchets versus catapults.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
I thought that trebuchets were just like fancy catapults.
Well, okay, that's what the fun fact is all about. Because, like, also, which is better? But it depends on what you want to do. Because, like, if you want to hurl big, gigantic things at other things, then the trebuchet wins in that department. But I'm going to break it down for everybody first off. A catapult is a machine used to hurl projectiles, and there's different kinds of catapults. And a trebuchet is a specific type of catapult that uses a counterweight to create the force to fling an object from a sling at the end of the pole.
Yeah, I would say a trebuchet is a little more sling-like.
Yeah, so a trebuchet, so all trebuchets are catapults, not all catapults are trebuchets.
Circle, rectangles, or no.
Circle rectangle situation. No, that's what it is now. That's what it is now.
Square rectangle.
No, we're going
Square rectangle situation.
circle rectangle situation.
No.
Can't take it back.
Yeah, it's all
here
apples
forever.
and oranges to me.
Okay. All right. So the first use of catapults is recorded around 400 BCE in China and Greece, and it's a lot of throwing stones
And heads.
and spears and darts and stuff. I'm sure you could put heads in there too. But if we're going to compare, okay, first off, we're going to do definition of the word, like the etymology, because this is funny. So trebuchet does come from Middle French, meaning to overturn or to fall from across and or over the trunk of the body. So it's like a big, long description. But the word bucket actually comes from the same base word, buck, B-U-C, which is in the middle of trebuchet, right? And another much less common name for a trebuchet is a trebuchet.
No.
Yeah, it's also acceptable. Trebuchet. I don't know if that's how you say it, but trebuchet.
Yeah.
Maybe.
Actually.
Trebuchet.
Well, if we're going French.
Great. Okay. Now, on to comparisons. The average catapult could launch projectiles around 25 to 40 pounds. Trebuchet could launch like 80 to 100 pounds, approximately 1,000 feet.
Whoa.
And there is a little bit of controversy in the trebuchet industry on the internet because, like, there's not a lot of ancient trebuchets around.
Like within the community?
Yeah. Okay. Yes. So catapults are technically more effective for shorter distances.
I wish people could see your arm movements
I'm like,
now.
that's a catapult.
Yeah, you almost flung that plant
yeah.
behind you off the shelf.
There's a lot of things that are breakable behind me right now. But trebuchets are more complex and good at throwing heavier objects further.
Okay.
Good for sieges, which is what's happening. So it all checks out with the chapter right now.
Got it.
Here's the interesting part. The largest currently functioning trebuchet in the world is approximately 50,000 pounds. It's a big machine. It's about 60 feet tall, and it's at the Warwick Castle in England.
Ooh.
And it was built in 2005.
Oh.
So I'm wondering, what are they planning?
Ooh,
Why?
Yeah.
You can
it was
book
just
a
fun
tour.
Project.
You can book a tour, but they're very quiet about like how far and how heavy of things it can toss.
Ah.
I can't really find a lot of information, so I'm just wondering.
You know what? Is it pointed at France?
It might. I don't know.
Just in case, you know. Never.
They ever try something. It's good. Anyways, there's some fun facts about trebuchets and catapults.
Okay, now serious question. Is a slingshot a type of catapult? Just a really teeny one?
Probably, yeah, because there's
Whereas,
different...
like, a trebuchet is a giant catapult,
yeah.
A slingshot would be a tiny
There's a bunch of different... There's a mangonel, which is a type of catapult, an onager, and a ballista. We know that one.
Oh, yeah, sure.
Yeah.
Sure
okay,
we do.
but anyways, there's lots of different types. So I'd say probably slingshot, like, acceptable. I'm going to say yes.
Good.
Okay.
Dennis the Menace.
There you go.
Anyway, let's get into the really exciting stuff.
Yeah.
It's Perrin in the Wolf Dream again.
Yeah, the strength of this place.
I don't understand why we couldn't have done all of this books and books ago.
Okay, he needs time. Okay, so there's something we haven't been talking about, and the fact that Perrin is leveling up. He's getting better at the Wolf Dream stuff.
Yeah, but I'm kind of upset with Hopper. I feel like he could have done this in a much better way a long time ago.
Perrin's a stubborn butthead wolf. He's a baby cub who's being stubborn, and first you gotta break the stuff. You gotta just okay.
Yeah, but I feel like Hopper knew.
Yeah.
Like, remember when he, like, would launch himself at Perrin before?
Yeah.
And he would, like, disappear, and then Perrin would be like, the fuck, man?
He wasn't ready to learn. Now
but
he's
why
ready to learn.
didn't he just say, hold yourself here? That's the point.
He's a wolf.
He could do it this time.
I mean, no, it's just like Hopper's not going to do it because Hopper's a wolf.
That's weak arguments.
They look at things different than people.
Like, so, well, I do know that.
And time works differently, so he thinks it's only been like half an hour. I don't know.
No. Okay.
Okay.
All right.
I got nothing.
Chapter 18, The Strength of This Place, and the chapter symbols the wolf. We are starting in Perrin's perspective. He's running through the wolf dream, and he's thinking about everything that's going on in his life right now, and he's got so many problems, but Faile ain't one.
Yeah, that's good. That's an improvement.
Mm-hmm.
So things are like bad. They spent that lovely evening.
I almost said 99 problems.
Yes.
But I didn't.
But Faile ain't one.
No,
okay.
Exactly.
Yeah, but that is good because that's the one thing. Now he can move on and hopefully deal with the rest of the problems.
Goodness.
Yes.
How about that for communication?
Right? Just spent one good night on a cliff.
You know, it was a great night.
It was pretty good. And a great breakfast in the morning. It's a bunch of ham, remember?
That wasn't the breakfast. That was the
dinner.
picnic before the hanky-panky.
It could have been both. Leftover ham.
You think Perrin left any ham over?
No, the extra ham was brought.
Yeah.
Okay. That is not the point of this chapter. Okay.
No.
Let's
anyway,
keep moving.
He's running through the White Cloak camp in Tel'aran'rhiod doing some recon.
Yes.
He's like really scouting. He's trying to see what's going on. And then he's like, why didn't I think to do this before?
Yes.
Man, I really did a bad thing. Like I was messed up in a bad way over Faile. I made some bad decisions.
Yeah, and I mean that's pretty good to be like, oh, I made mistakes in the whole Malden search for Faile, and he made a whole bunch of errors, especially in that search, even chasing the shadow to begin with.
Yes.
When you have Ashermen and traveling,
yes.
Like there was so much that was not well thought out.
Yeah.
But it's good that he can accept that.
And now he's reflecting on it, being like...
That's a win. Reflection is good.
That wasn't great. Yeah.
Reflection when you're like, oh yeah, I could have done better. Not being like, oh, I did excellent.
Perfect. Yeah.
That was great. It's not that.
Yeah.
But I mean, he also thinks to himself, it's because I'm stubborn. And he's right.
Well, he is from the two rivers.
He was also in that whole thing, like, I don't want to be a wolf. Like, he's always halfway between, I don't want to be a wolf, I want to be a wolf.
Oh, you don't have to remind us.
And the whole wolf dream, it's like, gosh, does he want to be here? Does he want to talk to the wolves? Does he not want to ask for help? I don't know.
You're trying so hard.
I know.
I really applaud your effort.
Okay, thank you.
Okay, Hopper is here.
Hold on, before we do that.
Oh.
Perrin's also thinking about how he can deal with the White Cloaks because he does want to finalize this.
He wants it done. And he's like, I wonder if I can just wipe all the White Cloaks off the map forever. Can I just like murder them all in one go? That would be excellent.
Yeah. No, that's like a big part of it too. Because Balwer has been like, this is basically all of them. We know that this is pretty much, there's like 10,000 White Cloaks, maybe another 10,000 like extras, but that's everything. Yeah. And we have Ashermen and Wise Ones, and we could literally wipe the White Cloaks off the map.
Yep.
But one tiny thing, he goes into Galad's tent, and he finds a signet ring.
Ooh, a dagger with wings.
And he memorizes it, and he's like, ooh, maybe this will help me learn something more about this guy I don't know anything about.
Ooh.
Well, you know who might know.
I know,
what
but
his
we're
signet
really
looks
we're really grasping at straws trying to get to this reveal. This is painfully slow.
Yeah.
Almost to the point where I don't care anymore.
Almost, but we're not there yet.
I still care. But...
Okay, now we can have Hopper show up.
Okay, so Perrin admits to Hopper that he does let himself get consumed by his goals, but now he's ready to learn. I need to learn this wolf dream.
Yeah.
And Hopper's like, okay, then follow me.
It's a
montage.
He takes off. Montage.
And then Perrin's like, I don't know where you went.
Yeah, it's really good.
Where'd you go? And then Hopper comes back and he's like, you didn't follow me.
Like a while later. Yeah. Like it's at least a couple minutes.
Young Bull, follow. And then he vanishes again.
And then Perrin still doesn't.
I don't know how.
Yeah, it's really funny.
And then we have like a Rocky-esque montage.
Yeah, we do. And we're going to train. But before that happens, because he's like, how do I? I don't know how. But
this chapter is so much better if I play Eye of the Tiger as the soundtrack behind it.
That's good.
Eye of the Wolf.
Eye of the Wolf. I like that. Now, we don't have probably $100,000 to pay for the rights to that song.
Mm-mm. How much is Shakira's She-Wolf?
Probably.
She-Wolf in the club? A little different.
A little, not quite the same. We also don't have that kind of money.
No.
Okay. We have none. I think we can play the first 3 seconds.
I don't think anyone even really listens.
It's the okay. That's it.
I think we've sung a lot of other songs and referenced a lot of other things that if anybody actually ever listened, like it's too late.
Yeah. Okay. We do get like a whole little Hopper's version of can't teach a bird to swim and a fish to fly metaphor.
Oh, yes.
We get that same thing. And then he's just like, you just gotta like feel it, man.
That's Moraine. That's Moraine teaching.
Yeah.
That's what Moraine told Rand.
That's what Hopper's. He's like, you gotta dig deep. You gotta just like do it, you know?
You gotta feel it.
You gotta feel it in your bones. Because the strength of this place is the strength of you. Now, come on. We know Tel'aran'rhiod. We know that is how it works. Is your willpower that you exert is what is real in Tel'aran'rhiod.
That's right.
Right? Yep. It's how strongly you believe in you. It's how strongly you are reflected in this place. So that's kind of what Hopper is trying to say, is like, you have to know who you are to be firm in this place. If you don't know yourself, but also not too hard. Not too hard.
But then how come before Hopper would say you're here too strongly?
He gives us a metaphor for that. It's like holding a pup in your teeth.
You're going to crush it.
You're going to eat the pup. You're going to kill your own
You're going to
pup.
break its neck.
Exactly. It's
You're
like,
going to of mice and men this situation.
never read the book.
What?
I didn't read the book.
You didn't novel study that?
Not that book.
Oh.
Okay. Anyways, I assume that's you crushed the pup?
Yep.
Okay. All right. So it's like you
We
want to
don't gotta go into it. It's
got to be strong, but...
pretty traumatic, actually. I read it in like grade 9, I think.
Okay. Yeah. So, key point here, strong sense of self. Which also is why, like, Egwene's very powerful, and wise ones are really powerful in the world of dreams. They've got a strong sense of self.
Yeah, they fucking love themselves.
Exactly.
It's the best.
Yeah.
I love it.
And Perrin, he can love himself too. He just got to figure out who himself is.
Yeah.
Who he be.
Okay.
He's Young Bull. He's got to be Young Bull. He's got to be Perrin.
He's gotta be.
He's got to be Perrin.
/ Young Bull.
Yeah.
That's gotta be all of him. It can't just be like sometimes Perrin, sometimes Young Bull. He has to always be both.
It's just like whoever he's gonna be, you be yourself. You be the best version of you.
You be it, and stop being so scared to be yourself. Because he is. He's really tentative, and he's really scared to just be himself.
Yeah, which is not very helpful for being effective.
No,
in
it's literally the worst helpful.
Yeah.
The least helpful thing. That's what I'm trying to say.
Yeah.
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 Least helpful.
Okay. All right. More
we're
montage.
We're gonna go for a run.
Yeah, run and then training, and then
we're
run and
running, training, smash into you, and you wobble, but you're like, "Whoa, I'm here."
Yeah, he's doing the whole like leap at you, and he's like, "Nah, you got to like be here."
Yeah.
And then you like catches him off
guard.
Like,
good.
And then they're like,
oh, you know what
around.
else? This is like Star Wars. This is like Yoda training in the swamp.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. Because there's some of that, and he's trying to catch Perrin off guard because
you think he wears Hopper like a backpack, swinging on vines.
Now I do.
Yeah.
Now I do. Yes, I have to assume that.
Yes.
Just crazy Hopper.
Yeah.
It's like, what are we going for?
Not crazy, just a little senile.
Yoda in the swamp is insane.
He's been in exile on his own for a long time.
I'm not saying there's not a reason for the insanity. I'm just saying. Crazy.
And he eats all his snacks.
Yes.
It's great. I love it.
He has his swamp snacks.
I love Puppet Yoda. It's my favorite.
Good. Okay.
Okay.
Back to it. Perrin's doing a great job mentally, because also Hopper does the whole mental slamming against him. Perrin's doing good. He's leveling up a little bit. He's getting some training.
Honestly.
Super effective.
Finally.
We like it.
Finally. Good.
Okay. More practice, more running, more practice, more running. But then suddenly, in the middle of where they are, something's in front of them.
Something is wrong.
Yes.
It smells wrong.
Well, no, there's like a translucent violet wall that's cutting across the road and goes like all the way up to the sky and all the way off to, there's like literal like a wall.
Wrongness, it shouldn't be here.
Yeah, and Perrin's like, what the heck is this weird purpley wall that's like in the way here? And then Hopper's like, I don't know, man, it's crazy.
That's weird.
And then it flashes and disappears. And Hopper's like, we should go do this somewhere else.
We should leave.
Should leave here. So.
Weird.
Okay, weird. Good weird, bad weird, neutral weird.
It's wrong. It's bad.
Well, I mean, Hopper thinks everything is wrong.
trust Hopper.
Okay.
I trust Hopper more than almost anyone else in this book series. I just wish he got to the training faster.
Sure.
Yeah.
Okay. So, wrong.
It's wrongness. It's bad.
Any idea what it means is?
Bad guys?
Okay.
Doing bad guy stuff?
Sure.
Probably.
Like Forsaken. We have names for bad guys. Like, what's your...
No, I'm not going to be that specific.
No.
No. I have no idea.
Not locking me down to Forsaken.
To be completely honest, I forgot that happened.
Yeah, giant purple...
All I remember...
Translucent is the one you can kind of see through?
That's right.
Okay.
Transparent.
Transparent is like totally...
And opaque.
Opaque is you can't see through? Okay, Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, okay.
Okay, good.
Yeah, figure that out.
Good. Great.
All right.
Excellent.
Okay.
Yeah. Let's take a quick break after that and do some exciting stuff.
Come back for a trebuchet battle or something.
Oh, yeah, trebuchets. No.
Trebubucket.
Okay, so we are back and we are going to perspective change to one of, if not your favorite character.
Definitely, yeah.
Yeah. He's no Tam Althor.
No. But he's pretty close.
He's pretty good. You really like this guy.
Iteralda, it's great. And I don't know if you even know this because, like, audiobooks, there's a new map.
What?
There's a new map.
I didn't even look at my book at all for this chapter.
What the heck are we doing here?
I've been so busy.
Oh, my goodness.
I barely even finished this chapter at all. I almost didn't.
What's more important, this or your job? Come on.
Okay, I want to see.
All
I
right,
didn't
it's right
even
there.
know.
It's Meridon.
They should say it out loud.
There's a map.
There's a map of Meridon.
Map of Meridon.
And then, next. And then I can go look at it.
Yeah, and I mean, this is pretty important because we get a breakdown of the battle that's taking place here.
Oh, a very descriptive one that almost put me to sleep while driving. Just kidding.
It's really
just kidding.
good.
That's an exaggeration.
Can I do that? And I'll talk you through as you look at the map. And
okay,
hopefully,
can I just hold this then?
You can hold that. I'll be as descriptive as possible with my words so the listeners know what's happening. And I'll be less wordy than the book, hopefully.
Well, it was a lot.
Yeah, okay. So we're in the middle of a gigantic battle here with the shadow. Holy moly.
Okay, well, and right away I'm noticing that it says Trebuchets.
Yeah.
And then to one way down the road, and then to Bandar Eben on the other side of the road. And those places I actually know.
Yeah, so Bandar Eben
in the Borderlands.
Well, Bandar Eben is not. That's Eridomen.
Yeah.
It's on the west coast.
Pretty much the Borderlands.
Meridon is in Saldea here.
Yeah.
And then Chachin is the capital of Kandor. And that's important because Kandor is in the prologue. That's where we saw that big Trolloc attack taking place.
Okay.
So it seems like the Trollocs and the Shadowspawn are currently attacking the Borderlands.
All of them.
Probably all of them.
Yeah.
We've only seen 2, but that's half.
Yeah.
So,
yeah.
I don't know. It kind of seems like the last battle is maybe starting.
Maybe.
Picking up steam.
Kind of feels that way.
A little bit.
Something's happening.
Yeah, so Ideralda's like, where's those archers? And we get a whole description.
Yeah.
But I do love the city of Meridon on this map because it's like a big giant square.
Yeah.
It's very simple. There's a big old moat around it, so that's pretty good too. But we're not going to pay attention because the city of Meridon doesn't actually matter because we're not there.
Okay, we're in the camp.
We're in the camp. We're at the top part, so we got the
north
battle details here. So Meridon's down below in the south. And then the soldiers in Ideralda, who are not the Saldean soldiers, these are the people who Rand brought from Eridomen and said, hey, I need you to defend the Borderlands because the Borderlander army's not there right now.
Right.
And then he made a whole bunch of promises to Ideralda, like, hey, I'm going to defend your country.
I'm for sure
going to deal with it. It's cool. Don't even worry about it.
Except that, maybe he's going back there now. Because didn't he tell Nynaeve he was going to go back to Eridomen and fix things?
Yeah, he said that. He did say that.
And now, totally sane. So, no problem.
So, okay, so we have basically like a little mountain pass or whatever you want to call it. At the top of the map, that's where the Trollocs are spilling out of the Blight. However,
I have an idea.
Okay.
Let's close up those mountain passes.
It's a mountain.
Close it up. We've had 1,000 years. We know they're there. They're called gaps.
Just get the dynamite and blow it up.
We know the Trollocs come through these gaps and these passes.
Yeah.
Maybe.
We do have channelers.
We have channelers.
We do have channelers.
We
have shovels.
We have big walls.
Yeah.
Around towns and stuff.
Sure.
Just build one.
Build a wall across the mountain.
We used to have Ogiers building all sorts of cool stuff.
Is the plural of Ogiers?
Is that what I just said?
Yeah, I'm just wondering.
Then yes, it is.
Okay.
And here's the thing. Close them up.
Close them up. I'll have your idea.
I should have done it a long time ago because now we're in trouble.
That's true. That's true. Thank you, Captain Hindsight.
Ugh.
Okay. What you should have done.
Yeah.
Okay.
I'm just thinking here. Why did we leave the passages from the Blight
in a brainstorm
wide open?
In a brainstorm.
Oh, Trollocs keep coming through here. There's nothing we can do about it.
Okay.
Just guard it.
Side story, side work story right now.
Oh, yeah?
Because it was like, okay, we're going to brainstorm ideas for gifts we can give our boss. Because, gift exchange, whatever.
Oh, for the holidays?
Yeah.
Eventually at the end of this year?
And...
Well, you're talking about that already?
They weren't freaking writing down my ideas on the brainstorm. And I was like, in a brainstorm, you're not supposed to reject any ideas. They didn't like any of my ideas.
Were they terrible?
I certainly didn't think so. Mostly revolve around bobbleheads of the nature, but
Oh, you're bobblehead fixated.
Right. I couldn't get past it.
Your boss for sure does not want bobbleheads.
I don't know. I think it's a pretty good idea.
I agree with all your coworkers. Stop it.
Anyways, I was like, even if you're not going to use it, you have to write it down on the brainstorm chart. So
I feel like you kiboshed the entire brainstorm meeting because you're like, I don't want to be here. They
left and we had a separate meeting without me. Yeah. But
that
here's
was
the thing.
Plan all along.
I never have to do one of those again. It's good.
That's That's good.
Okay, back to it.
that a
So
lot.
we have, and you have to pay attention
I
here.
am.
So just look at the map.
I'm
Look at the map.
I'm so wide awake and paying so much attention.
We've got a river running parallel to the Blight, so the Trollocs coming out of the Blight have to cross the water. That's a good natural barrier.
Natural barrier. They're
They
like,
don't
we
like the
didn't
water.
even need a wall. We got a river.
Yeah, and then we have sort of a natural formation, but has turned into like a barricade blockade where there's a big old slope the Trollocs have to go up, right? And there's a big defensive wall, and that's kind of where Ituralde and the soldiers are. So basically, our good guys have the high ground. And if Obi-Wan has taught us anything,
a more permanent rock wall.
I get. You
tall
gotta
as the
move
mountain.
past. You
Okay.
gotta move past that.
Okay.
We're past that. We're not okay.
I'm not really, but okay.
So we have the high ground. That's good for us for now. And then that's the upper camp. And then the lower camp is where all of our supplies and reinforcements are. And apparently, like, it's far enough away, whatever. The slope is at a good area. So archers from the bad guys can't hit our reinforcements. So that's kind of the setup right now. We're defending against the mountain pass. We're not at the city. But here's the catch.
I have a question.
Yeah.
What bad guys have archers?
Well, Trollocs might.
Trollocs?
Or they have catapults.
Wield bow and arrows?
We don't know. Maybe Shadow Spawn, maybe Dark Friends. We don't really know what the enemies have right now.
Okay.
Okay? But anyways, the whole point is it's a good defensive position. The issue is that right now Ituralde only has his Eredon guys. We already talked to the people in Meridon, and the Meridon people said, F yourself, you're not allowed inside our city walls. Which is very problematic.
That's rude of them.
Yes. Ituralde also thinks that it's very rude of them. And a little bit crazy, because why wouldn't you let other forces inside your walls, or at least to help, fight off this invasion of Shadow Spawn, literal Shadow Spawn?
I know.
In the last battle here.
Oh, it's because they're all under the influence of Dark Friends and Forsaken.
You're saying that confidently?
Oh, yeah.
Okay.
Well, because I've already...
I need you to say it more seriously, though, because, like,
you
know...
that wasn't serious?
No,
oh, that was...
it wasn't.
I'm sorry.
It wasn't.
Sorry if it sounded sarcastic.
Yeah. So, apparently, like, Meridon says
the
that...
sarcasm.
This is the thing. Ituralde technically is, like, a foreigner. He's an invader in their minds, and the Dragon Reborn, like, they're not all cool with that right now, apparently, in Meridon here. So, is that, like, a natural reaction? Like, we're not letting this foreign army inside our walls, even if it means defending against Shadow Spawn. Right now,
this sounds demanded.
Right now, Ituralde is up north, and he's concerned because if they get pushed off this position, they can't retreat to the city, the big, gigantic Borderlander defensive city of Merit. They can't retreat there because they're not allowed inside the walls. And if they get pinned against the walls, they're going to get crushed. We've seen that.
This reeks of Demandred.
Oh, man. Okay. So this is a big, gigantic pickle we're in right now.
Yeah.
We're trying to hold off the Shadow Spawn. There's no reinforcements coming from Meridon. The Saldeans aren't doing anything right now.
No, they're all in frickin' Farmatting.
Right? Okay, they are, and but there's some reserves. We got some reserves.
Well, yeah, but also,
yeah,
all the leaders who would have a better
and literally 200,000 Borderlander troops are not at the Borderlands right now when the Shadow Spawn are attacking.
Yeah,
very
this
problematic.
Sounds pretty suspicious to me.
I'm suspicious. Okay,
but I do like on this map in the corners little fishies.
It's very nice.
3 fishies. That's my next tattoo. Just 3 fish.
3 fish. Okay.
And people will be like, "What's that?" I'll be like, "My Wheel of Time tattoo." It's from Meridon.
Yeah, no,
the shitty town of Meridon who didn't help Ituralde.
The very landlocked area. Yeah, you know.
There's probably fish in the river.
Well, maybe.
Lots of river fish.
Such as? Name one river fish. Just one. Any fish. Name a fish. Any
Salmon?
fish. Is that a river fish?
Sometimes.
I don't know enough about fish to argue it.
Through rivers, probably.
Probably. Okay.
Catfish, depending on where you are in the world.
Sure.
In rivers.
Dogfish. Lots of fish. Okay.
Oh.
Shall we continue?
I'm going to look that up later.
The dogfish?
No. Fish that live in rivers. Okay. Bass. Trout.
Okay, we're on a roll here.
That's really like lakes, but...
We need to get back to it.
Okay, that's just like freshwater fish, right?
Yeah. Okay, so let's talk about...
I'm going to Google.
Okay, so now we have a big event happening because bodies start raining from the sky.
Uh-huh.
I need you to not Google. I need you to not Google during this.
Here's a look into 42 species of freshwater fish, including largemouth bass, walleye, catfish, crappie, northern pike, trout, and more.
Okay. I'll take one crappie, please. Okay.
All right. That's enough. There's lots of fish that we can fish for in a river.
All right, good. Now, bodies start raining from the sky.
Shit, hey? That's the craziest part.
It is pretty crazy. And then, like, shortly after...
And it's like, oh my god, it's not just bodies, it's Trollocs!
Well, it's like dead Trolloc bodies. Oh. Well, because the river is overrun with Trolloc bodies right now. Like, Ediralda is doing a really good job of playing defense here.
Oh, yeah, but it's almost like now they can cross the river.
Yeah, maybe. And, like, step on the bodies of the dead ones.
Yeah, like stepping stones.
Yeah, it's not great, but it's also, they're doing a good job.
This map is visually helpful. If anybody didn't have any idea what was going on here, like me, probably go look at this.
Right.
If you have the book. Don't Google. Maybe we'll post it. Post it in the Discord. Remind me to post it in the Discord when you hear
You need to focus. You are so off track right now. All right. So, we can't retreat to Meridon. Bodies are raining from the sky. Shortly after we get the bodies falling on us, there's a messenger who comes to tell us that, hey, there's a bunch of trebuchets set up, and they're going to be launching things at us, so that's not good. However...
And that word is said at least 18 times in this.
Trebuchet. It's all fine.
Yeah.
So... Ediralda's like, oh man, something's wrong about this, because why are they launching bodies first? Naturally, you should be launching the more damaging things, like big giant boulders, first, while you have the element of surprise.
Right.
And then, if you want to demoralize your enemy, then you launch the bodies.
Right.
Right? But why did they do the bodies first? So he's like, something's wrong. And then one of his officers is like, everything's wrong about this, man. We shouldn't even be here right now. The Saldaeans should be here.
Yeah.
Like the last battle. And he's like, no.
All of that.
Then we get another big, gigantic wave of, in quotes, bodies raining from the sky.
It's Drakkar.
Half of it's Drakkar.
Drakkar just like dropping live Trollocs on them.
No, they're swooping in amongst the bodies.
Oh.
It's a diversion. It's a distraction.
Okay.
Because right now, Ediralda has standing orders for archers to launch at anything from the sky.
Right.
But we're not launching at just dead bodies. So the Drakkar swoop in with the dead bodies.
Oh,
so they
is that what's happening? I thought the Drakkar were like carrying
No, it's like a sneak attack.
And like dropping them.
It's a sneak attack.
Sneak attack from Drakkar.
Yes.
But my favorite is when Ediralda pretends to be all entranced by the Drakkar. And then is like, haha, didn't get me, and kills it.
Yeah, they're just big dumb bats, so, easy to fool.
Not so much, though, because they put fear in you.
Well, yeah, but it's like the crooning. The crooning is what Drakkar do.
Oh, like singing?
Yes.
Kind of?
Yeah.
Moan singing.
Yeah.
Is what I think of when I hear crooning.
Yeah. Yeah, you could say that. Okay. So that's why Ediralda's kind of a badass here, because his strategy is scream his freaking head off so that it deafens himself, so that he can't hear the crooning.
But then he does pretend to be all like woo woo woo, and then
big dumb bat. Then he kills it, and then he goes for the next one. So like he's a badass in here.
You know what? I like hearing about Drakkar. Remember when I was like, what happened to those guys?
They were saving everything up for the last battle.
I was missing him. I was like, where'd you go?
Here they
You're a really, really, really helpful aerial force, and we've literally never...
We also don't know how many they have.
We've seen them in weird places where they're not even flying in the sky.
Yeah.
Like in the Waste.
Yeah.
When Ran, killed them, it was just, standing in the doorway.
Well, they don't, attack from the sky. They gotta get up on you.
And then same with the one in the Great Hunt with Moraine.
Yeah, you get it.
It was walking towards her.
Well, because they get close to you. And then they want to eat your soul, or whatever.
Oh, God, we're getting so close to that stupid Dementor shot. I don't want to take a shot.
I didn't say anything.
I know, but, people are like, why didn't you talk about Dementors? That's what people sound like in my mind when they say things like that.
Perfect opportunity.
Yeah, gosh, you missed a shot.
Okay, well now we have to because you called it out. We could have gotten away without it.
No, we couldn't have.
Okay.
The people would have revolted. And I would have said, guys, we've already done shots for Drakkars versus Dementors.
But it's been a long time.
It's been a long time.
Okay. So before we can do it on this next break here.
Okay.
Because this little perspective is going to end. But I just want to point out that this Drakkar attack is also timed with another big wave of Trollocs attacking. So Ediralda is thinking, I really hope that Rand guy is going to do what he said he's going to do, which is send reinforcements and help out, because he is going to get overwhelmed, and he's not going to be able to retreat to Meridon.
Yeah.
It's not good for him if things...
So
if things go bad, it's going to be bad.
So prediction time.
Yeah.
is Rand gonna send any kind of help here?
Yeah, or is like Ituralde
Dead?
Or like he has to retreat to Eredolman, or he's got to like pull a crazy defense, or like that's his whole thing.
Do they have any Ashaman with them?
Yeah,
they have a couple, right?
They do. They have,
and so they can gateway away, sort of, if they need to.
Sort of, but also his job is to kill Shadowspawn. Like his job, it's the last battle. Like this is the thing. And I mean, technically, is it the last battle? That's up to your definition. But like,
sure.
In my opinion, when we've got Shadowspawn storming out of the Blight,
probably that's the beginning of some kind of battle.
Yeah, probably the last one.
It's the first of the last.
Well, the first was in Eye of the World.
Oh, I guess.
Again, open to interpretation.
That's the thing about all of this.
Yeah, it's just one big giant battle. Anyways, his whole job.
I think, yes, Rand will help. Oh.
We said like 8 things. Yes. Okay. Okay, so you think Rand is gonna help?
Yeah.
Like okay. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Cool.
Yep.
Any soldiers, more Ashaman?
That's
himself.
As specific as I care to be at this moment.
Aes Sedai.
Ashaman.
Yeah.
Except he's really avoiding the Black Tower.
We got a couple, actually.
I don't know where we're going to get all of our Ashaman soldiers from.
He's got Aes Sedai. Aes Sedai should be able to do something here.
Aes Sedai should be able to do something here.
Because they don't have to worry about risking their life. It's just like the Shadowspawn part.
Also, Rand should be able to just show up and be like, blast you! And like kill all the trolls.
Ooh, his little fire fingers.
Fire fingers, and then
pew,
also,
pew, pew.
What's that thing he did at the Stone of Tyr that one time where he was like,
electricity,
boom, lightning, just on all the Trollocs.
Yeah, that was a really cool LTT move.
How about do that again?
Yeah, we don't know that move.
But we're LTT now.
Well, are we though?
We're both.
There might be more effective weaves too. We got Death Gates.
That's not more effective than just like lightning down all of the Trollocs all at once.
It's debatable.
No, that's not debatable.
See, the issue of the lightning, it only works in the Stone of Tyr. That's the problem with
that
one. Yeah.
Is that what that is?
It only works in that building.
With electric type Pokemon.
Yes.
Yeah.
Correct.
Got it.
Yeah, you get it. Okay.
Okay.
That's the end of the perspective.
It's pretty crazy. Did you like that perspective?
Oh, I freaking loved it. It's great. Yeah.
I knew you would.
Yeah.
Even as we were
it's amazing.
As I was listening, I was like, Brett loves the shit out of this.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
I'm glad there's a map. And it makes sense.
Yeah.
To have the map here.
Yeah, they're coming from the top.
Corresponds to the chapter.
Yeah.
I love that.
It's fantastic.
I wish that I knew it existed before I read the chapter.
Well,
but here I am now.
Okay.
Here we are. Okay, so we're taking a break.
And a Dementor shot.
Oh yeah.
The worst part about the last battle was the Dementors. They was flying around all over the place.
So scary. No, not from Harry Potter. There's a clear comparison.
Yeah, sure.
Okay.
All right. Cheers.
Cheers. Is that the blackberry?
That is.
Ugh. Oof. You're a little strong for me that one.
All right, and now we got to move into the next battle sequence, right?
Faile versus Berelain?
Exactly.
It's actually very amicable.
I mean, okay, yeah.
It could have gone way different.
For sure.
Remember that one time when it like actually came to knives?
Mm-hmm. And then Rourke
stepped in and was like, no.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Except I wanted them to fight.
Right.
Yeah.
Right.
I was like, stay out of it, Dad. Let them deal with their problems the way they want to.
Well, and now we got
more interesting.
We got some political maneuvering stuff happening here.
Yeah, we do. And Faile definitely gets the upper hand.
Yeah.
And I'm so annoyed because do I like Faile?
Yeah.
I feel like I like Faile.
Why don't we like Faile?
It's so rude. Because,
it's good.
Just because past Faile kind of sucked.
Sure.
But like, don't all teenage girls kind of suck?
Sure. I mean, I assume so.
Yeah.
I can't, I don't know.
Most.
Yeah, okay. I assume most.
At least, yeah. I mean, I don't want to lump them all into, like, the same category. However.
So, like, just like most teenagers.
In general.
I was a teenager once, and I probably was.
They all suck.
Yeah.
You know, here's the thing about brains and how they develop.
You're a literal psycho.
Yeah.
When you're a teenager.
That's what I was going to say.
Yeah. Okay. Glad we cleared that up. Okay.
Maturing.
Sure.
And really Smart.
Yeah, it works. Okay, now let's actually get into it so everyone knows what we're talking about.
Okay, so Faile is walking through the camp, and we find out that Perrin has sent one final request to the White Cloaks for a meeting, and we haven't heard anything yet. But
So that's where we are.
Yeah, she's feeling pretty good because we had such a lovely night with Perrin last night.
Yeah, and don't worry, this meeting, this interaction with the White Cloaks will happen soon.
Okay.
This is the last request.
Sure.
And then we're totally having a meeting.
The White Cloaks are like,
battle.
No, we're gonna fight you.
Gotta fight it out. It's
we'll
crazy.
see.
It's a crazy plan.
The thing is, Perrin is Taviran, so I'm not ruling anything out at this point.
Okay.
And I find, even though Galad is at the forefront of the White Cloaks, which makes them more competent than typically
they would be, sure.
than they would be,
Yeah.
I still think that we're still like, ugh, White Cloaks, you know?
Yeah, that's fair. Anyways, she had a lovely night. She had breakfast. She had a bath. It's fantastic.
See, I told you they didn't have leftover ham.
I don't know. She had her own breakfast. She wasn't eating the ham in the first place.
Oh.
Right?
I don't know.
The ham is just for him.
Anyway, it's
not the point.
Yeah, it's time to deal with Berelain.
Yeah.
And this entire situation with all these rumors, because it's really just causing everyone to just be in like kind of a bad mood around Perrin.
It is, and it's hurting Perrin. Okay, so here's the thing. At the beginning, she's getting heated up, but then she thinks, okay, I can't go into this hot, because if I go in hot and yelling, it's just going to reinforce the rumors that I've caught her, sleeping with my man.
Exactly.
So we can't go in that way. We got to find a way to squash it completely.
Okay, so she gets to Berelain's tent, and Anura, the Aes Sedai advisor, comes out, and it's funny, there's like a little side note that she's not quite happy, and Faile is like, oh, I bet she's not in Berelain's good graces yet.
Well, yeah, because she fell out of good graces because she was doing backdoor dealings with Massima, and then Berelain found out, and then it's all like bad news bears now.
Yeah.
So we don't really know if that relationship is repaired, because it did seem damaged.
At the same time, though, unreliable narrator.
Right, who knows?
This is Faile's interpretation.
Yeah.
Maybe Anura just stubbed her toe on the way out of the tent.
Or she's annoyed that she's being kicked out because dumb Faile's here.
Right.
A lot of options. There's at least 2 options. We just named 2 of them right there.
Yeah, other options.
Yeah.
Anyway, I love that.
Yeah.
That we're just like, oh, yeah, for sure that's what this is, because Faile thinks so.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, so let's get in the tent. Let's get to the meeting, because Berelain's in the tent.
Well, no. First,
it's a pavilion.
We had some guards.
Well, yeah.
Who admit her freely and willfully.
Yeah.
Because they're like, yeah, no problem. Berelain said, when you show up, you can come in. And Faile's like, we didn't have this planned. And they're like, no, she just figured at some point you'd come.
Like, in general.
In general. And Faile's like, yeah, well, of course, I run the camp and my husband's the Lord, so
yeah,
duh,
why wouldn't you?
Of course you'd let me in.
Yeah,
and
not quite.
So that
okay.
doesn't start off great.
Yeah. Anyways, but that was just to the guards. That wasn't to Berelain.
Yes,
so
that's true. Okay,
we recover.
Okay, so now we're getting to the tent with Berelain.
We're inside the tent. We're not at the tent. We're in the tent.
We're in there.
We're in the pavilion.
Okay.
We're in there. We're in the meeting.
I'm so bad at visualizing like where we are, but that's okay.
Berelain's in a tent. Faile walks in.
I get the back and forth.
They have a conversation.
Both have shirts on.
Well, okay, but
I'm just joking.
Berelain's is very low cut. And Faile is thinking, wow, look at those.
Look at those boobs.
She's
and look
beautiful.
At that face. And look at that hair. And look at that coronet.
Right, lovely.
So lovely.
Anyways, Berelain's my favorite, so I don't know about you guys.
Is it because she's so hot?
Yeah.
Now,
I've never hidden that.
Objectively, more hot than Lanfear, who's the most beautiful woman in the world?
Oh, that's for sure a weave she does. No way do I think she's actually... I think that's like a little compulsion that Lanfear puts on everybody to make her... Even Loyal, the Ogier, who doesn't give an F about beautiful women, human ladies. Even Loyal was like, oh, she's so beautiful. No way is that just like that. No, she's doing some little magic-y trick there.
Okay.
Berelain's the hottest.
But even... Okay.
Yeah, hands down. No question.
Okay. Well, now that we have that covered, let's talk about their conversation.
Yeah, okay. The meat and potatoes. So Berelain starts off by saying, okay, I just want you to know all the rumors, they're not true. I didn't do anything with your husband. It's fine.
And feels like, yeah, I already know that.
Yeah, I trust my husband a lot more than I trust you. But
he already told me, and I trust him.
Yeah, so now Berelain's confused because she's like, okay,
then why are you here?
Why are you here? Because I thought that was the whole...
Yeah, and then Faile says, well, it's because of the rumors.
Yeah.
I believe Perrin
Right.
But not everybody does.
Yeah. And then Berelain says, oh, yeah, shoot, rumors are going to pop up everywhere.
Rumors gonna rumor.
Can't do anything about that.
Haters gonna hate.
You know men love gossiping, right?
Oh, okay. Yeah, those men.
Yeah.
They love it.
Fantastic. Okay. But Faile's still not happy because that's going to put a damper, a shadow on Perrin's honor.
Uh-huh.
Can't have that.
Yeah. And Berelain still doesn't really care. She's like, whatever. There's all sorts of great leaders who have survived infidelity rumors. Like, it's not that big a deal. Who cares?
Yeah, but Faile has a different opinion.
Faile cares.
Yeah. Well, and the
Perrin
Two Rivers
cares.
Saldea cares.
Everybody here cares.
Yes. Okay. And then we get a little call out from Berelain because she's like, okay, let's level with each other, though, because you're all sneaky because you took Ibarra to tie yourself to the Dragon Reborn.
Yeah.
So, like, you did that, and that's fine, but don't expect there to be no competition. Like, I'm still coming for him. Like, that's still a thing.
Right, which isn't even remotely the case.
Yeah, I mean, definitely not. That's a lot of projection.
That's what Berelain was doing.
That's what Berelain was doing with Rand and then Matt, like, not Matt specifically, and then with Perrin.
Yeah.
It's like, buddy, Berelain.
Well, and then the one time she tried to go straight for Rand, and that was a disaster.
It was. Now, Faile knew Perrin way back when Faile was still calling herself Mandarb.
Oh, yeah, that's
back
hilarious.
From the beginning.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, so anyways, Berelain doesn't know what we're going to do about this, and she's like, what's the plan here? What can we do?
There's literally nothing to do.
Yeah.
And then Faile's like, well, here's what we do in Saldea.
Yeah.
I'll just challenge you to a knife fight and kill you.
One of us has to die.
Yeah.
That's fine.
To the death.
Right. Now, why wouldn't it? Now, technically, it is a very, very old, outdated law, but I guess it's still in the rule book, so we can use it.
In the Borderlands, if a woman finds another betting her husband, she has the option of knife combat.
Right. It's the only way to settle it. Okay. And then Berelain's, okay, what's that going to prove?
Yeah.
Like, what's the point of that?
Well, nobody will think you're still sleeping with my husband behind my back if you're dead.
Yeah.
And then Berelain's like, are you threatening me?
It's like, no, I'm challenging you to a knife fight.
Are you confused?
It's really good. And it's really funny because...
She's like, I just need Berelain to think that I'm crazy enough to try to kill her.
Right, to actually go through. It's like those crazy Saldeans. But then there's also the other side where Faile points out that either way, like whatever happens, you still lose because either I kill you or you just killed Perrin's wife.
Right.
Like either way, you're not getting Perrin.
Yeah.
It's not happening.
Right. And then Berelain hesitates and she's like, you know what? I'll just make a public statement saying that...
I'll punish my maids.
That I didn't do it.
Yeah.
And Faile's like, that's not good enough because everybody already thinks this.
Yeah.
And you making some statement's not going to do it.
Not good enough, so we're fighting.
We gotta fight.
Gotta fight, we gotta do it. Okay. And then Faile basically tells her, okay, so I'm going to do a formal challenge tonight, and then you got 24 hours to respond, and then either got to leave the camp or we're knife fighting. That's the official mandate. That's what's going down.
And then Berelain's like, okay, I guess I can leave. My orders are technically over.
Right.
No problem, I can go.
Yeah.
And then Phil is like, oh no, I actually need her army. I don't want her to go anywhere.
Also, I really don't want Perrin to find out that I'm doing this right now because he's not going to be happy.
Yeah. After all of that successful communication.
Right.
Yeah.
We immediately revert to not communicating.
Yeah.
But this is her problem. Okay, technically, she told Perrin that she's going to deal with it.
Yeah.
This is her dealing with it.
And then Berelain's like, okay, hold on though. Can't we come up with another solution?
Like there's gotta be something.
Another way. And this was Faile's plan all along because she knows how good Berelain actually is at this political maneuvering business.
Yeah.
And so she's like, I don't have any ideas, but maybe I can convince Berelain to think of something.
I actually love it because like in this instance, Faile doesn't know what to do.
Yeah.
Because there's so many problems that
what
it's like,
do you think we should do?
It's a good strategy.
And then I'll tell you if it's a good idea.
Right.
Yeah.
It's a good teaching strategy, I think.
I like it.
Yeah. Anyways, and it does kind of work because we have two choices. So, choice one.
They fight and one of them dies.
Yes. And then choice two, you come up with a plan to destroy the rumors because you caused the mess, you clean it up. And then, she thinks about it for a while. And then we have like a semblance of a plan. Like we got a little bit going on here.
Yeah.
So Berelain says, okay, so you're not going to like it.
Yeah.
But we have to look like friends.
Yeah.
Like legit friends because all the yelling and back and forth, that is spicing up the rumors.
Yeah.
But if we become friends, or at least it looks like we're friends...
why would I be friends with somebody who slept with my husband?
It's going to throw everybody off.
Yeah.
Not going to understand what's going on. And then we throw in like a little public...
Formal announcement denying the rumors.
We get a man for Berelain to put her attention to.
Oh, yeah. Do you think you can handle that, Berelain? And she's like, piece of cake.
Yeah, easy.
Easy peasy mac and cheesy.
Okay. So who is going to be Berelain's new date to the... I don't know, prom? What are we doing here? Who's going to be the love interest for Berelain? Go. Is it going to be...
Who's in the camp?
Drum roll, please. Tam Althor! No? Okay. Just me? No? That's fine.
Well, he's probably a silver fox.
Yeah, okay.
How old is Berelain? Do we even know? Does that matter at this point?
I mean, we got 9 even land, so like...
I don't think that Tam would like that. He would feel uncomfortable.
Me too. I know.
He wouldn't like that at all.
Yeah.
It would be the worst for him.
He very specifically would not like that.
He would very specifically not like that.
Yeah.
So I want it to be somebody who's gonna like it.
One of those Two Rivers boys, Tab or Bab or Nab or
Dam
or Lad.
Bam or yeah.
One of those guys.
Lamb.
Okay.
Any single Ashaman?
I mean, maybe. Well, there's that one guy who definitely isn't single.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, right. Who wants to visit his wife?
Right.
Right.
Not that one.
Not that one.
None of that really works. Okay.
What if it's like a Nora? Why does it gotta be a man?
Well, because the whole, like,
that's the plan.
They specifically talk about that.
I know.
Yeah.
That would really throw it off.
Whoa,
though.
what a twist.
Yeah, I'd be like, I want nothing to do with Perrin, actually. Not for me.
Okay.
This is the problem. Remember how I couldn't remember anyone else who was in the camp?
Yeah, I know.
And I was like, oh, right, Tab's
Is Gaul
there.
here? Gaul. Is it Gaul?
Is it? No, Gaul is with Chiad.
Well, he wants to be.
He wants to be with Chiad.
Yeah.
He wouldn't like that.
No, I don't think anyone wants to be with Berelain. What's happening here?
Well, it'll be interesting, and I bet whoever it is will end up being her true love.
Amazing. I love it.
You know what? Wheel of Time is so good with romance.
That's so funny.
Romantic relationships.
Yeah.
Soulmates.
Boom,
so
that's
good.
how it works. Yeah, okay. All right. Well, yeah, that's kind of the end. That's it. Yeah, that's the plan.
Yeah, that'll all prove that she's not interested in Perrin, and his honor will be restored.
And now they gotta be BFFs. So
just for a little while.
Okay.
She can do it.
Who are you saying?
Faile
Okay.
can do it.
Okay.
I mean, no doubt Berelain can do her part.
For sure.
It's just whether or not Faile can
hold it together.
Yeah,
okay.
And I think she can.
Okay.
She held it together in Malden. She did. She held it together.
That's true.
And rallied like 1 million people behind her.
That doesn't have a lot to do with this, but you're not wrong.
No, this does. She needs to rally the people behind her. She needs the Two Rivers people to believe that Perrin is not...
I get what you're saying, but it's like, okay.
An adulterer.
It's fine. Okay, so next episode, we got 1 chapter again.
Yeah, you said it's 1 chapter
They're
for
all
a
getting
while.
to be longer.
You know what? That's okay.
Yeah.
I don't mind 1 chapter when there's perspective switch-ups.
Yeah.
Because it feels like you're getting
more,
a little bit from different plot lines.
Yeah.
And that's all I really care about.
Okay.
I just like to see what's going on with everybody.
Just want to know. Okay.
Except, enough with the Wolf Dream, I think.
Just 1 or 2 or 3 more. 4 more,
18,
maybe. 5
maybe?
tops.
Ugh.
7 more chapters tops.
Unless something really exciting happens. Remember when Perrin used to
What about all that big translucent violet wall? What's that about?
How ambiguous and dumb. Can I at least have something exciting?
Just like, you got something mysterious in the Wolf Dream and you're like, hate it.
Well, no, I don't hate it. I just hate that there's nothing about it.
It was there and then disappeared.
Let's leave.
Well, because it was like there and then gone.
No, let's investigate.
They couldn't. It disappeared.
They could have investigated. You telling me Hopper couldn't have investigated?
You want 3 pages of them sniffing around?
Not really. I want them to come up with an actual solution.
Yeah.
That's why the Wolf Dream's annoying.
Spooky ghost wall.
I like ghosts. That's fine with me.
Okay, there you go.
I'm fine with ghosts.
Yeah.
As long as they're interesting. Don't be so boring.
Like that boring grandma who's just like there.
Who's just hanging out. Grandma!
God, away.
Go away. Or that I said I was like wandering around. Like, you don't go here anymore.
Okay. It's because she died. Anyways,
she's dead.
Yeah, okay. All right,
Yeah.
1 chapter. That's it.
Okay. Well, before you go ahead and have to be best friends with your mortal enemy, I'm going to say that this is part of the pattern now.
Yeah, it's part of the pattern.
Thanks so much for listening, everyone. The Wheel Weaves is hosted by Dani and Brett, edited and produced by Dani and Brett with Passion Socks, Cody Feltz, Benjamin, Jamie Young, Megan, Jared Berg, Ricky Morissette, Lance Barden, Adam, Mozyme, Michelle Forbes, MKM, Antoine Benoit, Lawrence Bradley, Colby T, Gabby Young, Rycat, Zane Sayaka, Matrix, The Albatross, Bratimus Prime, and Matt Truss, with music by Audionautic. Be sure to check out our Patreon page if you are interested in supporting us and the podcast. We'd love to send you some Patreon-exclusive merchandise as a thank you. Plus, you'll gain access to our episodes earlier than everyone else, and at the time of recording, we have over 40 bonus episodes for your listening pleasure. Find all that and more at patreon.com/thewheelweavespodcast. For general information about our show and information like how to send us shot glasses, how to join our Discord, and how to get in touch with us, visit thewheelweavespodcast.com. And as always, please be sure to give us that 5-star review because it really does make a huge difference in helping people find us. And tell a friend, Riyadh, because referrals really are the best compliment. Thanks again for listening. This really is part of the pattern now.